think that it is appropriate for the soon-to-be Deputy Prime Minister to disagree and call the Prime Minister ill-advised in terms of the comments around the Polkinghorne letter?
Well, the Prime Minister's made his views clear around the letter that David sent, and I agree. Anything else is between David and the Prime Minister. I wouldn't have sent the letter if it was ill-advised. I think that's pretty clear for all to see.
You are a senior minister in this government, though. You're in the kitchen cabinet. How do you feel about having someone like David Seymour launching grenades at the Prime Minister?
Well, I think grenade is a slight overstatement.
He called the Prime Minister ill-advised.
Yeah, I think grenade is a bit of an overstatement. I think we shouldn't get too worked up about this.
He deliberately went on radio and undermined the Prime Minister.
I don't agree with your characterisation.
What do you say to members of the public who look at this situation and think that you're being undermined by one of your own ministers?
Well, I think members of the public understand that I am very focused and I'm here in Parliament to make sure that New Zealand realises its potential, and I'm firing up and powering up our economy.
What do you
and
say
I
to
think
them
they can see
about
the
this
work that we're
situation?
putting in
What
to make sure we do
say to
that.
them about this situation?
We're focused on driving economic growth in this country. That's my focus.
Why don't you
That's
want to talk about it? Why don't you want to talk about it?
About what? Sorry.
About the David Seymour incident and the whole mess.
Well, look, I made my position clear yesterday about the letter, and also with David. He sent the letter as an MP before he was a minister, before our government was even formed. I don't really care about the antics about the Jeep. I'm really actually focused on bigger things, and ultimately that's an issue for the Speaker. And what I'd say to you is we had a good constructive chat last night, and I'm very much focused on economic growth, and it's as simple as that.
Not since the 1980s has New Zealand had a government that is so at war with itself. So seeing David Seymour and Christopher Luxon taking potshots at each other in public is reminiscent of Richard Prebble and David Lange. David Lange, of course, had the strength to fire Richard Prebble. So far, Christopher Luxon has been too weak to do anything about it. We've now had both of Christopher Luxon's Deputy Prime Ministers contradicting him in public. We've had Winston Peters saying that Christopher Luxon's struggling. Now we've got David Seymour saying that his reprimand of David Seymour was ill-advised and directly contradicting him. It's clear that Christopher Luxon's own ministers don't have any respect for his position as Prime Minister. Why should New Zealanders?
It's very simple. As a Prime Minister, I'm responsible for the conduct of my ministers and my government. And as I said yesterday, I expressed my view and position around the letter per se, and I did so with David. But the reality is that was a letter sent before government was formed, before he was a minister. That's what I'm focused on, and that's what I ensure that I want to have good conduct from my ministers that I'm responsible for.
Did you tell David Seymour to pull his head in?
Again, we have regular conversations, and we had a very constructive and positive meeting last night.
Did you tell him to pull his head in?
We had a very good meeting last night and a good chat.
I don't spend my time worrying about other politicians' stunts. I focus on doing the business for New Zealanders. We're all here to serve people and not just to serve ourselves.
Do you feel this is the public spat thing's just the new norm?
We live in an MMP environment. Political parties who make up the government have different views. That's always been the case. It was the case under the last Labor government. It's the case under this government. It was the case under the National-led government before that. We live in MMP.
David Seymour should simply be sacked. His conduct is unacceptable. Based on his own three strikes principle, he should be gone.